Now, yes, I am super aware that I am incredibly late on this. Everybody else has already talked about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's story trailer, as well as the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite fucking gameplay trailer, which is really cool too. I'm just glad that we're finally getting news on this game. It's like, where the fuck has the news been for this game? I swear to God. Um, Anyways, so let's talk about it. First of all, the story trailer starts off, and we have Ultron and Sigma talking to each other on the two big robot baddies of each franchise from the Marvel Universe and the Capcom Universe, I guess, is the way they're billing it. Ultron Sigma says himself, like, our two worlds, welcome. You two worlds, welcome to ours. It's really weird because it's like I never really saw like all of the Capcom characters sharing a universe, which in their each respective game they don't, but I guess for simplicity's sake for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, they're going to. That was interesting. It's kind of cool to see the two big baddie robots of each universe, combine and team up. Now, you still see that Ultron definitely takes up most of the form, and that Sigma has very little, it looks like, to do in the form. He's basically just there because Capcom needed a bad guy. It's very obvious to see and very obvious to tell that, they're focusing on the Marvel villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They even switched these from the cel-shaded sort of comic book style of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to accommodate this, which is kind of sad. Although, as far as characters go, I'm glad to see that we're getting Chris Redfield. I knew it was kind of a given. Sigma, though it's shitty, he's a DLC character. We already knew we were getting Mega Man X, and I'm glad to see we're getting Chun-Li. I already know we're getting Ryu as well, so, of course they're going to put their flagship Street Fighter characters in there. They did for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so why wouldn't they for this one? It only makes sense after all. Moving on to the gameplay trailer, the gameplay looks fucking smooth. It looks fun. I honestly, I can't wait. That being said, the graphics look a little weird. I do miss the old comic booky style of the Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Honestly, that style that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 used just made all the characters blend together a whole hell of a lot more. Here, they're definitely trying to make it look a little more in line with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For example, Hulk himself and Thor and stuff, you can tell they're kind of going for with Hulk, a Mark Ruffalo facial animation look. Just a little bit, not too much. We also get to see that Strider is now going to be a playable character from the beginning. If you weren't aware, he was not a playable character from the beginning of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So it's cool to see that we're getting Strider, and of course we're getting Chris Redfield, which I've already talked about. But the funny thing was, the reason why I'm bringing him up again is in the trailer right here, we hear him mention the Power Stone. We hear him say Power Stone. Also, it sounds like he has Kevin Dorman voicing him. I'm glad to see Kevin Dorman back. He's also going to be in the Resident Evil Vendetta film. So glad to see him coming back, because I don't know who voices Chris in Resident Evil 7. I know they changed his look, but I wish they would have kept the same voice actor. Sounds like they got a new voice actor for Chris in Resident Evil 7, which is unfortunate. But Kevin Dorman appears to be back in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but we hear him mention the Power Stone, so I'm saying, is everybody going to get the opportunity to use a Power Stone? Do we all get power-ups from Power Stones, and it helps us kind of like customize our character? Sort of like the armor from Injustice 2. I don't really know. What do you guys think? Anyways, it's really cool to see these trailers. These are just me giving my thoughts on this whole situation in a fairly sloppily manner as well, since it's completely unscripted. But I'm just excited for these games, and I'm so happy to be getting them. It sucks that there are going to be characters basically removed from the game, like Sigma himself, although honestly, apart from him just being a character to link the Capcom universe to the Marvel universe and to create this new character, Ultron Sigma, I doubt he's really all that important to the story, and that's why I think it's really not that big of a deal that he's not in the game from the start. But anyways, that's just my thought on the matter. Anyways, I do love these trailers. I'm super excited. I'm glad they finally gave us something after like 8 months of waiting. We needed something. They couldn't just, not give us news. I feel like Injustice 2 has been handling it a whole lot better, kind of feeding us very slowly, pieces and pieces. But, whatever. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is here now, and that's all I care about. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Actually, I'm not going anywhere here for a second. A YouTube commenter actually in my Marvel top 10 characters I'd like to see plus honorable mentions video in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. In that video, I had a YouTube commenter make a compelling point about a character he wanted to see in there. It wasn't necessarily a character I wanted because I felt like there was already plenty of Darkstalkers characters. I had my choices already, and he wanted John Talbane inside the game, and he made a compelling point. He talked about how in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Capcom had teased the possibility of John Talbane, only for them to end up getting an Amaterasu skin or something. I personally didn't really care all that much. I was never really good with that wacky kung fu fighting werewolf. I just couldn't use him very well. I was more of a Donovan and, of course, Morgan character. I guess everybody was a Morgan person because Morgan's who probably got most people into Darkstalkers in the first place. I'm not gonna lie, but still, I was never really that big on John Talbane. But I'm going to go ahead and give him a shout out here, and I hope to see him in the game. All right, that is it, and I will see you guys later.